Hey guys, Tech Made Easy, and thank you so much for clicking on our video today, right Brooklyn? Guys, they did it. They came out with a Wave 2, and you know what? They didn't just come out with a little upgrade. They came out with some huge upgrades on the newer model, all right? This thing now has heat. Besides air conditioning, it has heat. And what they did with the battery, you're just going to lose your mind when you find out. And if you have the original unit, you're probably going to upgrade, just so you'll know. Look, in this video, I am not doing testing. I'm going to unbox it. I'm going to show you what's included. I'm going to go over detailed specs. I'm going to go over the new menu. I'll show you the app. I'm going to do so many things, and then I'll come out with my testing video. But guys, this thing is crazy, what they did with the new design and all of the features. So let's go ahead and get this party started.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now. Let's begin now.
Hi, it's Al from Tech Made Easy with a real quick message. I just want to let you know the video you're about to watch is not sponsored. We went out and bought the products ourselves. So if you like our video, please give us a thumbs up. It definitely helps. Share our video. And lastly, we hope you subscribe to our channel and become a part of the family. Thank you. All right, like we stated early in the video, we're not doing testing, but we're really covering a lot of information. We are doing an unboxing, a close look. We're going to do the assembly so you can see how it gets put together real easy. The add-on battery. We're going to go over Wave 2 specs. We're going to go over the add-on battery specs. And we're also going to be connecting to the Delta power stations. Let's go ahead and get this unboxed. And there you go. Brooklyn's chilling out there on the bottom. And so you see here you've got your EcoFlow Wave 2 unit. We'll spend some time going over that, okay? You've got your kind of a mold that you would use for the air ducts, okay, if you want to put this maybe in a window somewhere. So you're not going to use this. What you'll do is you'll use this as a mold to create what you want to create, all right, so that you can get those air ducts out depending on where you're using it, like in a truck, etc. Okay, we go in the box. You've got your air duct adapters. Again, we'll show you how these work in a little while. You've got your manual. Okay, so your quick start guide and your warranty card. You want to make sure that you register that warranty. All right. Now, this piece of cardboard here is really just holding a winder. This is actually used to wind up the AC cord. When you're just kind of putting this away somewhere, you can actually wind up the AC cord. So we'll show you how that works. Again, your third air duct adapter. Okay, so you've got 3 of them now, right? Okay, and again, we'll show you how those work. And then you've got your 2 air ducts, but you also have your drainage tube. So let me pull out the drainage tube. Okay, so you do get that. That goes in the back of the unit. Again, we're going to show you that. You do get your AC cord, all right? So 3-prong AC cord with a reset on it and a test button. All right. Again, here are your air ducts. Now, these were improved from the last versions. If you notice, they now have a locking mechanism on them. You see that? So it's not just a tube, and the tube's actually thicker. It really feels like it's even better quality than last year. So here's your locking mechanism now. So once you put it in, you basically just turn it to lock it. We'll show you that. All right. But so there you go. Again, here's your smaller one. and again, your locking mechanisms. And that's pretty much it. You get all of that in the box. Now, if you buy the battery, well, we'll go ahead and unbox the battery and show you what's included. They also improved something on the battery. So let's go ahead and pull the battery out. Let's go ahead and get the battery unboxed as well. And there it goes. So one thing I can tell you that I see that's really new is on the previous unit, the adapter was actually attached permanently. So because this is not attached, believe it or not, you can use that battery for some other things. We'll talk about that later in the video. All right, but there it goes, okay? So that's nice that they made that where it's not attached. All right, so you can see here in the front, we now have a battery meter. I wonder if I have to hold that down. Yeah, I think, okay, there it goes. All right, I'm going to turn that off for now, and I'll show you what's under this later on, okay? But there you go. There's your battery, there's your adapter, there's your quick start guide, and your warranty card. So like I mentioned early in the video, you can actually use this Wave 2 battery as an extra battery for the Delta 2. Now the Delta 2 is 1,024 watt hours, and the add-on battery that you can buy is 1,024 watt hours. But this is 1,159 watt hours. So if you have it and you're not using your AC or your heat, why not use it? All you need is this cable. Again, we'll put the link in the description, but let's go ahead and connect it. There it goes. And as soon as I connected the cable, the lights came on. And it's actually showing the extra battery indicator on the display. Now, I'll tell you, I did do the firmware updates on the Delta 2, so you're going to need to do that, as well as if you have a Delta Max or a Delta Pro. And I did do the firmware updates on the Wave 2. So keep in mind, if it's not working, it's probably because you didn't do the firmware updates. But hey, if you're not using the air conditioner or the heater, and you've got that extra battery, then I guess why not? Now let's take a moment and go over some key features, and then we'll go ahead with our close look. So as you know, it is a portable air conditioner and a portable heater. Obviously, you can plug this in with no battery. You can buy the add-on battery, and we'll talk more about the power stations you can connect this to as well, which is really nice. You can recharge this via the wall, car charger, and solar, and of course a battery as well. This thing is quiet. You know, it averages about 44 decibels, which is nice. So that's a nice feature. And you can have this running for 24 hours in eco mode if you actually connect it to a Delta Pro. Now, if you get the add-on battery in eco mode, this is about 8 hours, which is not bad. Okay, and again, we'll show you later, but the battery, if you get it, does come with some USB ports now, and the battery can also be used with other power stations. We'll talk about that. Okay, so before we go ahead and take that close look, just so you'll know, I don't have pricing at this moment. If I do, I'll put it on the screen. Okay, so you can buy the unit on its own and power it. And I'll show you later with a few of the EcoFlow power stations and even the power kit, which is nice. Now, special links will be in the description. There'll be special pricing available for a short period of time. Again, I'll put that on the screen if I have the dates. And I will also have a discount code that you guys can use if you decide to buy this. All right, if you use our links, in some cases they can actually save you. They will never cost you more, and you help our channel. All right, and Brooklyn right now is just hanging out with me. So we're hoping that you, if you like the unit, use our links, all right? But let's go ahead and take a close look. So we're going to start in the front, and I'm going to really tell you, kind of see, some of the improvements I see. All right, so this comes off, first of all, which is kind of nice. I don't think it came off on the original model, the first model. And one thing I really like is they actually put a screen to prevent, debris from getting in, right? Because you don't want to mess with this. So that's really nice. You can take this off, you can clean it. They did make some filters available if you have the original model, so you can contact EcoFlow, but looks like you don't need filters for these guys from what I see so far. So I do like that. This actually then goes back up this way and locks in place. Now I do see that the vents are really nice and adjustable. They go all the way down. They don't close, but you know, they leave a small opening, and then they do go all the way up, which is good. So that's nice. This is actually a light. We'll show you that later. It'll turn orange for heat and blue for air conditioning. Again, we're going to go over the controls soon as well. But let's take a look at the back. I will say before we take a look at the back, they do make this really easy to lift up. It's got a nice lip here, a really strong lip. And you got another one in the back. So again, I'm going to turn this around on camera. Not bad. I'm able to turn that around because again, it's got these nice lips. You know, look at that, a non-slip grip here in the back. So again, looks like we got that same system back here, right? Again, we can just pop this open. We can clean any debris on here or here. Again, that nice screen. And then put it back in place, and it locks in place. So that's nice. I like that. On the side of the unit, the right side of the unit, you get this door. Open it up, it actually locks in place, which is nice. You've got the XT60i here for solar, for car charging. Obviously your plug goes in there. And then you've got your XT, I believe this is an XT150. I'll put a note on the screen. And what's nice is if you do get the battery, it comes with this adapter. Now in the older model, this used to be connected to the battery. So I like that it's not, because when I go over the battery, you'll be surprised. But yeah, this actually will plug in and then, you know, basically plug into the battery, which is nice. So pretty cool. Now, when you have the unit plugged in, right, because it comes with a plug, so you don't need a battery, right? But let's say, you know, you're carrying this around and you're like, what am I going to do with this? You know, sure, you can unplug it, but it actually comes with a winder, an AC cord winder. So when you look at the side of the unit, you've got this rubber gasket that when you pull it out, it still stays with the unit. It just kind of hangs back. All right, let me see if I can get better light. So you can see here, there's a groove that, you know, the winder goes in. So if I'm putting it in right, boom. So there's the winder, and it just gives you enough room to kind of wrap the cord. And it's a thick cord, so, you know, let's see how well this thing works. I don't know. Yeah, okay, it gives you a little bit of room to kind of wrap the cord. So I like that. All right, yeah, I wasn't sure if it was going to work. But there you go. You now have the cord on the winder. And the winder's removable. So again, it's not permanent. You just take this off. Maybe you don't want the winder. It's going to get in the way from where you have the unit, right? So again, you take this and you just push this in the middle here. You push this in and pull it out. So you see here these things, when you push them in, they just kind of go in. All right, comes out, you don't break it, and you just cover this here and you're ready to rock and roll. Now, a little precaution here, okay? When you get this, hopefully they delivered the box in the correct position, all right? Because you don't want this to be delivered upside down. It's got some liquid in it, right? You know, air conditioning, heat, right? So when you get it, let it sit for 2 hours before you use it. It just needs to sit in this position. All right. And by the way, if you do decide to lift this on this side or lift it on the right side, you just want to make sure that you're not doing it any more than a 15-degree angle. All right. Again, just because of some of the liquid that's inside the unit. So just be aware. Hi. All right. So as we look at the unit, this is your exhaust. All right. This unit's going to take air in from the back. It's going to take air in from the front. And this is where your cold and your hot air will come out of. All right. If you're going to be using this in a truck, if you're going to be using this in a tent, that's where you want to use the air ducts. And I'll show you how to use those in a moment. Okay, the other thing you want to be aware of is wherever you put this, you need to make sure you have at least 20 inches in the back and at least 20 inches in the front. All right, so this unit can function correctly. Concerning these air ducts, okay, this is 5 inches round, this is 5.9 inches round. They start off at 12.2 inches and they can go all the way to 55.1 inches long. So that's pretty good. So the air duct adapters, right, this is the back one. This is the one that goes on top of the unit, and this one goes in the front. Let me go ahead and show you this one, and then I'll show you the other ones. All right, so air's going to come out of here, right? And if you want to go ahead and put the air duct on, you're going to take this. This is going to be in the front, okay? And when you go to release it, all you're going to do is go like this, and it's going to, the latch will allow you to release it. All right? And the back basically just has these two pieces of plastic. So they're going to go in here. All right? And then the front part actually goes in the front where you normally hold the unit. So one thing, don't make sure these are not down. So they have to be up. If they're down, you won't be able to put this in. See these two things? They actually won't go down. So open up the vents. Take the top. Just, kind of get it in there. All right? Now you're going to lay it down. It's going to lock in the front by grabbing the front of the unit. You still have this handle, which is good, so that's still usable. All right, but now it's on. Okay, it is on. If you want to take it off, all you do is open this up. Just open this up here, and it comes off. All right, not bad. Now let me show you the new locking mechanism. You can see here there's 1, 2, and 3 areas that are going to match this here. All right, you see that? So you're going to put those right around here for all 3. I love this because this, it wasn't on the original unit. So again, all I'm going to do is just kind of lay it down in and then turn it. It is now locked in place. I can now pull this out. I can make an adjustment. Again, a nice tube. This is definitely an upgraded tube. But we are rocking and rolling, right, Brooklyn? Hi. Let's go ahead and put the air duct adapter on. All right, now this is going to connect on 1, 2, 3 spots in the back, and then it's going to connect in the front. So you see here in the back, it's got 1, 2, 3, and then in the front, it's got these 2 hooks that are going to grab in, and then you can actually just push this in to release. And if you look, you'll actually see the 2 holes, one here and one there that it actually connects to. So very easy. Let's go ahead and just take these, put them on, make sure they're straight. You see right now I'm not on straight. Very easy mistake. I made it before. So put this on correctly. All right, and once that's on nice and even, you just push it in. It's locked in. Now that that's on, all we need to do is grab the air duct, and you're going to see you've got 1, 2, 3 spots, and here you've got 1, right, 2, and 3 spots. So all we're going to do is pretty much just lay this on top and then turn it, and it now is in nice and tight. And again, you could take this and put it wherever you want. Okay, and that's your exhaust. Putting on the back air intake adapter is easy. You just take these 2 pieces here. They'll go in on the top. On the bottom, there's actually 2 holes. All right, those 2 holes will work with the bottom here, and that's also where it gets released, as you can see from the mechanism they installed. Okay, so we're just going to take this, we're going to get it in. Once we get it in, we're going to push this button in, get this to lock in place, and it's on. And then when you need to remove it, push this in, pull it out, and you're set. Continuing on with the close look, you'll see here that this is where the drainage tube goes. Okay, the drainage tube is 4 feet long, okay? All you do is you just take it, put it on, and just kind of turn it, and it'll actually grab on, and you're ready to rock and roll. Okay, now one thing I want to show you about the drainage tube area is they made this removable, so you can actually push these 2 in, and pull this out if you need to. I'm not sure why, probably for maintenance, but again, I'm glad that they did that. There's got to be a reason for it. So now I'm going to take the unit and put it on the battery, and I want you to see that really you're taking the Wave 2 and you're laying it on kind of in the middle and then pushing it up. So it'll lock in here, and the release is pretty much right here. This is your release, as you could see. It just really locks, this really locks the whole unit in, okay? And so it's just going to slide forward and lock in. So take the unit, and I'm going to do this on camera. Just take the unit, lay it on top. Again, more in the middle, right? I hold the front, lock it in place. It's now on the unit. Want to release it? Just push this down and push the unit back. It just takes a little shaking, and I'm on the camera right now, okay? But it is now released. So again, all locked into place now, okay? To connect the unit to the battery, you first want to knock on the door. Make sure someone's home. Go ahead and open the door. And you'll notice that this adapter goes in a certain angle, right? So you're not going to put it on this way with the EcoFlow logo upside down. You're going to put it on. Basically, just go ahead and connect the bottom and the top. Just make sure it's pushed in all the way, and the battery is now connected to the unit. Okay, pretty cool. So here's the battery. This is the front of the battery. You can see we've got 2 bars out of the 4, 50% charged, right? Okay, now as soon as you turn the unit on, it will turn the battery on, okay? Now when you turn the unit off, it sometimes leaves the battery on. If you want to turn it off, just hold this button and it will turn the battery off, okay? Now, you do have 2 USB ports here, so you can actually charge your phones and stuff. So you've got an 18-watt USB Type A and a 100-watt USB Type C. I think that's phenomenal. That's a really nice upgrade. You know, and I like the rubber gaskets to protect them from dirt coming in, because again, you're going to take this camping, which is really nice, okay? So, pretty cool. So to turn the unit on, you just hold the power button for about 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Get a pretty cool display. All right, now we're going to take a little while and go over this display. So you got a mode button here. All right, you've got your temperature down, your temperature up, right here, and then you've got your fan speed over here. All right, now this specific button actually switches between AC, heat, and actually fan. Your unit is currently on fan, as you could see. If I press this button, it will go to air conditioning, and the light will turn blue right there. Pretty cool. If I press it again, it'll go on heat, and the light will turn orange, turning on the heat. If I just want a fan, I just press this one more time. It actually goes on fan, which is really nice. So at that point, it's just going to be in the middle, but a nice feature. As you can see, it's on air conditioning now, and it is on Fahrenheit, right? 82 degrees. So I can actually press these buttons to go down to make it colder, up to make it warmer. If I hold these 2 buttons down, I can change to Celsius. Press it again, hold it, Fahrenheit. Okay, so pretty nice. Okay, now as you can see here, because the temperature is set, you know, to pretty much, you know, really low as far as air conditioning is concerned, I'm going to get 1.7 hours out of the battery. All right, now if I press the fan button, you'll see there's 3 settings for fan. That's 2, and that's 3. Now I'm going to lower it, all right, because I'm on here. And then let's talk about mode for a second. So with mode, you got max, sleep, and eco. So it's currently on air conditioning, but I can put it on max. All right, that changed there. Sleep or eco mode. All right, not bad. Really nice interface. You can definitely do a couple more controls on the app. We will show you the app later on. But really, what an upgrade, I'll tell you. Turning it off, just hold it down for 3 seconds. it'll turn the unit off, as you could see. But one thing you'll notice is the battery seems to stay on for a while. So I'd be the person that would press this button, hold it, and just turn the battery off as well. I'm going to go ahead and take some time and go over some specs on this thing now. So max wattage used for cooling is about 1500 watts. Okay, that means if you plug it in, right? Or you plug it into a Delta, power station, etc. Max wattage used for heating is about 1800 watts. Now, BTU, all right, when you're cooling, BTU max is 5100 BTU, and for heating, 6100 BTU. Temperature range I'll put on the screen, but you're talking 60 degrees to 86 degrees, or 16 Celsius to 30 Celsius. Now this does have a water rating, a weather rating I should say. It's IPX4, all right? But again, with all electronics you have to be careful. I'll put something on the screen for the IPX4 so you could see what that is. Now noise level range on this is 44 to 56 decibels. All right, I'll put dimensions on the screen if you want to know what the dimensions are. We'll put that up, and that's just the unit without the battery. This does have Wi-Fi. 2.4 gigahertz is the preferred way to connect, just so you'll know. It does have Bluetooth. This thing weighs 32 pounds or 14.5 kilograms by itself. I'm going to go over the battery in a few minutes, okay? And the warranty I will put right up on the screen, right over here, so you're aware of the warranty. Let's talk about charging now. AC, this can actually pull about 820 watts max, all right, for charging. In your car, about 200 watts max, okay, and solar, 400 watts solar. I'm very impressed. They increased the solar. So 400 watt max, 11 to 60 volt, 13 amp, which is really nice, okay? It actually uses about 700 watts when you're actually using the attached battery as far as charging is concerned. Now, the add-on battery, let's talk about that, all right? So the add-on battery is 1159 watt hours. This is amazing, all right? So nice size battery. It is a lithium-ion battery, NCM. Life cycle's 800, and then it goes to 80% plus. Runtime on the battery ranges from 2 hours to 8 hours. 8 hours would be on eco mode, okay? As far as the USB ports, you've got an 18 watt USB Type A and a 100 watt USB Type C, which I am impressed. And I do like that they included this rubber gasket, which is nice. Now to charge the battery, it takes about 2.5 hours on AC. Okay, again, the weather rating on the battery is IPX4. I'll put something up on the screen so you can take a look at that and hit pause. The weight on the battery is 16.6 pounds or 7.5 kilograms. So let's go ahead and start talking about how you can power the new Wave 2. So you already know you can go out and buy the optional battery, right? Well, the AC cord's included, so you don't need a battery. You can simply use the AC cord. But if you don't want to be tethered to an outlet, what else can you use to power the Wave 2? Well, let's go ahead and check that out. Well, that's right. You can use your Delta 2 to power the Wave 2. And all you need is this optional cable. Now, if you bought the Delta 2 with the extra battery, well, the cable comes with the extra battery. All right, we'll put links in the description for the cable, but let's show you how to connect it. All right, so how does you connect it? Well, open up the door, and you see the XT150 port. And guess what? On the side of the Delta 2, XT150. So let's go ahead and plug it in on the Delta 2. All right, it's in. Now let's plug it in to the Wave 2. Once it's connected, you want to make sure your Delta 2 is on. And then all you need to do is tap the Wave 2 button. The unit's going to turn on. And let's see what kind of power it uses while it's turning on. Again, we don't have it on high, so it's, not going to use much right now. But let's throw it on high in a moment and see what happens. We've got a battery with 90%. So look at that. It's going up. All right. So that's going up. And then let's just see what we got this on. So we've got this on 68 degrees with a medium fan on air conditioning, by the way. It says 98 hours right now based on these settings. Is that crazy? I mean, that's insane. Okay, so what kind of power are we using? So it's going up, so we've got over 200 watts being used. All right. All right, so it looks like it's settling around 211. This says 4 hours basically for the battery. So this will probably be more accurate right now, I would think. And let's see if the display changed on the unit. Oh, it did. So it says 4.2 hours. So that's pretty cool. Again, let's put this on high. So I'm going to put the fan all the way on high. And I think I can change the mode to max. It's now 60 degrees, set for 60 degrees. And again, let's watch the wattage for a second. Just kind of see. So 234 watts. It's adjusting. Let it adjust. All right, 234 watts so far. Now, what's this temperature? It's not really I don't think it's going to know the temperature. It says about 68 degrees outside using the ambient sensor, I believe. All right, so again, set to max. It automatically drops to the lowest. This is now saying 3.7 hours. The exhaust is coming out. Okay. So as you can see, your nice cold air coming out here. I'm not testing today, but pretty darn cool that you can use a Delta 2. And guess what? You can also use another power station. That's the Delta Max. That's a Delta Max 2000, by the way. It's got 2016 watt hours, right? So the Delta 2's got 1024. You can add one battery. The Delta Max has 2016, and you can add 2 more batteries. And it's got the same port, but it's got 2 of them on the side. Let me turn that around and show you. So there we are. We're connected the same way we were with the Delta 2, right? You just take this puppy, move it over now, right? And again, very simple. All we got to do is press the button once. The unit's going to turn on, and it will work the same way, guys. All right? But guess what? This works with another power station. Which one? Well, guys, guess what? That power station is the Delta Pro. Now, it's actually connected to my smart home panel in the basement. I'll go down real quick and just show you. But, taking it off the smart home panel is not hard, but it's 100 pounds. Now, how it works, just so you'll know, is in the back of the Delta Pro, you've got spaces for 2 smart batteries, or you can actually plug in a smart generator, right, that actually has propane or gas. And what you do is on those ports, and they look like this, by the way, that's what the port looks like, but this is a converter, and I believe it's sold separately now. So if you want to connect the battery, right, you basically connect this to the back of the Delta Pro, and then it gives you an XT150. Check that out. That'll allow you to connect the Wave 2 air conditioner or heater, and also, other batteries, and even, like I said, the smart gas generator or the gas and propane generator. So pretty cool. Let's go ahead and take a look at the smart home panel real quick downstairs. I've got 14.4 kilowatts connected there. I've got 2 batteries and 2 Delta Pros. Let's take a quick look. There's a smart home panel, and there are my 2 Delta Pros and my 2 batteries. And yeah, you can take a Delta Pro and actually power, the Wave 2, which is pretty cool. Now before we go, I thought I would put this on heat. Okay, so I put it on heat, 86 degrees. All right, it's starting to get warm. It does take a little while to get warm. All right, it says 2.9 hours based off of a 35% battery. And I do have it on max, by the way, as you can see. And we are pulling, let's just see the power real quick, 235 watts output. So, I mean, really, on DC, this thing doesn't use much power. I mean, if you're going to plug this into the wall, don't forget, in the beginning of the video, I talked a little bit about how much power this thing will use on AC. But 2.7 hours, 2.5 hours right now. Again, it's on max. You know, you're not going to put it on max. But if we went and put this on, let me put it on a regular mode, not eco mode. And then let me just put it on fan 1, right? Let's see if it adjusts. Again, the wattage won't adjust, but actually, yeah, 257 now. So it is going up, 260. So let me just put that back up then. So max. All right, and again, just keep an eye for a minute. I figured I showed you it on AC. Why not show it to you on heat? So look at that. It does use more power on heat than it does on AC. So just so you'll know. So on AC, we were using 234 watts, and it was probably not even fully in effect. So this is almost 300 watts, but again, DC, so much more efficient. All right, guys. So that's all. Again, I just wanted to really get into the video and show you the product. Real nice. Let's go ahead and take a moment and look at the application, the EcoFlow app. Let me just say this too. If you're going to update the unit, it has to be plugged into AC, all right? You won't be able to do an update on the battery. I tried it on the battery. I don't know that it'll work on the Delta 2 or the Delta Max, but it did tell me to plug in AC to do a firmware update, so just be aware, all right? Now, as we look at the app, I want to show you a couple of things. So you can rename it, as you can see. It actually has the ability to turn it on and off on the app. But once you turn it off on the app, you will not be able to go back to this button and turn it back on. You actually have to go back to the app to turn it back on. So I did realize that. Maybe they'll update that, but that's what my experience was. So you see here, you've got your temperature. Obviously your setting here, 71 degrees. You can just go ahead and really adjust this if you want. So that's pretty cool. It automatically takes effect, which is nice. You can also do it using the plus and minus. Here's your fan speed. So you got low, medium, and you've got high. Okay, there's your mode button. So if you hit that, it'll give you an option for manual. So you got max, sleep, and eco. All right, then you can switch if you want to switch to heat, or you just want to have the fan on. Now, one thing I've learned so far is if you've been using cooling, like I have, and then you turn on the heat, it does take about 10 minutes or more to actually start warming up. And I guess that makes sense. Lastly, if you go in the settings here, again, that's where you can rename it. That's where you can share your device. You can change your screen timeout to never. All right. You can, change the setting from Celsius to Fahrenheit. LCD temperature display. Ambient or air outlet temperature. Drain mode, so you can do drain free, and the unit itself will evaporate the moisture as much as it can, or you can actually do the external circulation drainage. Okay. Ambient lighting, you can say screen time, always on, always off. And the beep if you don't want it to beep. And look, there's another firmware update already. So that is the EcoFlow app. Pretty nice. Very easy to use. All right, so two things. One, links will be in the description for discounts, okay? And they won't last long, so if you decide that you want to get this unit, go right ahead. And by the way, if you use our links, you help Brooklyn and I at no additional cost to you, okay? Now, our testing video will be out. Just give us a little bit of time, all right? But seriously, they added heat to this. They updated the design. The battery actually can be used with like a Delta 2 or a Delta Max. I love that, right? The adapter, go check that back out. You've got USB Type-C on here. You've got USB Type-A on the battery, so that's really, really nice. And they improved the accessories as well. This thing is really, really nice. Guys, I hope you found our video helpful, and if you did, take a moment and give us a thumbs up. It really, really helps the channel, by the way. If you're new to the channel, take a moment and subscribe. We would love to have you become a member of the family. And share our video. It really helps our channel if you could share our video. And if you do, let us know down below in the comments so we can give you some love. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook right above. And check out our new Tesla channel. It's a brand new channel. We got a new Tesla. We're learning it, and we'd like to share what we've learned with you guys. Hey, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.